Hey guys, it is Tuesday, September 6th, about 5:50 in the afternoon. Um, it has been an incredibly long time since I've recorded a video. I've wanted to a couple of times, but I just haven't followed through on it. Um, so I decided to follow through on it today and do a video. Um, Probably in part because I tend to do videos when um, I'm in school. I tend to do videos a little bit more because I'm thinking about things or being challenged or challenging other people, or when things aren't going well. Like this tends to be my format to process and express myself. So I feel like it would be most appropriate to first kind of get people up to speed, maybe a little bit. I am in grad school for the social work program, third week in, and so far so good. I feel like I'm getting it. I feel like I'm doing okay. I start my internship placement tomorrow, and my internship is at a local domestic violence agency, and I'll be working in the education, outreach and education. I think that's community ed part, and hopefully I'll be able to do some specific outreach and education services to the LGBTQ community. That's kind of what we had talked about and what my goal is. And then I will also next semester be able to start doing some clinical work, which is ultimately where I really want to go, is clinical work and education, teaching is sort of my two areas of passion. And when I say like clinical teaching, specifically within the LGBT, more specifically within the trans community, and I want to do education and do trainings and go speak to people and create opportunities for people to have different experiences. So it's one of the things that I think I'm good at also. Um, I understand and appreciate that not everyone who is trans wants to or is in a position as far as support from family or friends or partners or maybe safety concerns or a variety of different things to consider. They're not always in a position to be able to do that, and I'm lucky enough that I am. So yeah. Over the summer, yeah, not much to report there. Nothing that is would keep anyone's attention, anyways. Gosh, I feel like I had a ton of stuff, and now I'm kind of drawing a blank. It's because I haven't done this in a while, I suppose. Um, I'm still doing the trans support group here locally, and that's really phenomenal and awesome. And we're starting to reach out to people who didn't even know that there was a trans community, or certainly didn't know there was a trans support group. I went to a conference in Berkeley last month. Well, actually, 2 months ago now. It was the end of July, since it's September, and I had a phenomenal experience, and was able to spend some time with Kim Pearson, who is part of Trans Youth Family Allies. And she does a lot of education, training schools, and working with families to get trans kids or gender nonconforming kids have their educational experiences be the best possible situation that it can be. So doing some training around how to support trans or gender nonconforming kids, because obviously kids spend a tremendous amount of time in schools, and if schools are unsafe or unwelcoming environments, the kids aren't going to learn. So I had a really phenomenal experience there, and it just sort of solidified for me that my calling and my passion is about doing education and advocacy around trans identities and gender nonconforming folk. And really what I want to do, what I would love to do, is be part of a mechanism that is about a paradigm shift. Because I think this country and individually, and trans people included in that, I think we need to have a real paradigm shift in the process of understanding what is the base issue, what is the root issue when it comes to discrimination or oppression of trans people. Because I don't think, and I never have thought, that it's transphobia. I don't think anyone is scared of trans people. I think that it is rooted significantly in the scripts of masculinity and femininity, and the idea of um, sort of social order, or how we make sense of things, and when people are stepping outside of that, it sort of challenges our own sense of right or wrong. And I'm not describing this very well, uh, but but I want to do a paradigm shift. I want to be able to talk about what's really going on, and why people do what they do, and what's at the root of it. What causes them or compels them to say or do things, or not say or do things. So, anyways, so right now I feel like I'm in grad school, sort of like chipping away at the iceberg, until I can get to sort of the underneath part, and I can't get to the underneath part until I'm done with grad school and I have the initials behind my name to say that I am somewhat of an expert, whatever that means. I've been doing some trainings at Butte College, safe space trainings, and that has been phenomenal, just unbelievable. I just love it. I don't know how to say that anymore than I just love it. So at the beginning of this, approximately 6 minutes ago, I had said that I usually make videos when I'm struggling, and so I thought that I would also kind of show up to that and talk about that a little bit. I am definitely kind of in a bout of depression, and that I'm definitely having a hard time. I'm struggling just in general with a lot of things. I'm feeling kind of isolated, kind of lonely. I'm not very good at reaching out or making connections when I probably need to the most. So, uh, doing a video and talking about it is one of the sort of first steps for me of doing that. And I was talking to a friend of mine who is also trans, and he's younger than I am. I'm going to be 35 next weekend. This weekend, actually, on the 11th. And so I'm kind of assessing and questioning like my life, and where I'm at and where I thought I would be at, and I do this almost every birthday. It's just sort of part of my process. But 10 years ago, when I was about to turn 25, obviously there was a lot that happened in the world around us, but there was also a lot happening with me. Obviously 9/11 happened, and so I have that sort of seared into my memory, and then as kind of a point on a continuum of what does my life look like in the last 10 years, and where am I at now, and as compared to where I was then. And I don't. There's parts of that I'm like and I'm happy with. I transitioned, and I'm in grad school, and that's really great. And then there's other parts where I haven't grown as much as I would have hoped to have grown. And so I was talking to a friend of mine who's also trans, and he's 21, and we were talking about. I feel like I'm in this perpetual state of catch up, of the the all of the stuff that I have to learn about being me, but I'm doing that from the place or perspective of a 35-year-old person, and so other 35-year-olds or other people in their 30s, sometimes it feels like, and I don't truly authentically believe this, but sometimes it feels like they have their shit together way more compared to me, and I wonder how much of that is about. I'm learning things about me that maybe other 35-year-olds learned when they were 17, or and certainly I can acknowledge that there's things I know about myself that other 35-year-olds don't, as a direct result of being trans. So it's trying to figure all that out. I looking at the clock in 9 minutes, and so I don't want to bore people with a really long video. I guess I will sort of the next step in this sort of place or process for me is probably making more videos, or at least I hope to, intentionally carving out the time for that, and being able to talk about what's going on in my life. I really, really, really want to say a visible, present part of this community, for myself and also for other folks, because I think that there's a lot of people who first couple of years of transition are really present on YouTube, and then we go away and we go do our lives, and then I have always wanted to be, and I hope that I am a role model for the community. I do my best that I can, but I do my best through my experience and my truth, and I know that people don't always agree with that, but um, I really wanted to be available. I want to be a resource to folks who are early on in the transition, and I really want to continue to learn, and I want to continue to be challenged, and I want to figure out how to be the best trans person I can be. Because I do feel like that is an important part of who I am and my identity. So more to come. This probably didn't make a hell of a lot of sense, and I apologize for that. Um, but I feel better. um, okay, so hope all is well, and I say this over and over, but I really truly mean it. You can find me on Facebook. You can send me an email, aidenkennedy@gmail.com. I'm happy to answer questions and correspond with people. Sometimes I don't get back to people in a very timely manner, and I apologize for that. And so, sort of being aware of that, that if you reach out and I respond, but then sometimes my responses take a long time, that's not about not wanting to talk with you. That's basically what I'm telling you. So, all right, I'm going to stop this. See ya.